Beachbody coaches. Let's welcome to the stage co-founder and CEO of Beachbody. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Carl Deichler.
Hello everybody. Oh, that's loud. Hi. Good morning. If I sound a little groggy, it's because my room is right on top of your workout space. And you people breathe loud. I would like you tomorrow morning, you can do the workout, but just turn the music down and try to keep your breath a little bit lower. No hoop hollering. All right, we got some exciting stuff today. This is really going to be an exciting bit of announcements. And normally, we'll do a speech or something at Summit or Leadership, and I try to close and try to make it so that people run out the door and get to work. But I'm going to turn it upside down a little bit. I'm going to talk about sort of where I am, where my mind is, but try not to make it so that you feel like you need to sprint out of here and jump off the boat and start swimming home. Must Make Success Club. Is that Diana Nyad? There's 50 of them. All right, so starting out, okay, sort of level setting. It's hard for me, by the way, I have my notes over here, which have some outrageously exciting announcements. But I want to stay away from them, but it's so good. It's so good. But here's what it all pertains to, and here's what matters. And again, I say this understanding that they sell drinks out there, and I hope you enjoy them. They have the one, right, that looks like it's sort of, it's long, it's got a ball at the bottom and a thing. I don't know what's in that, but it cannot be good for you. But, and I want you to I want you to have a good time, and every once in a while you just go, this is my little window, so you're gonna have your time, and I do want you to be able to enjoy this. But there's also, with 3,000 coaches at least on this ship, you represent sort of the tip of the iceberg, and there's this glacier of over 400,000 other people out there who need to understand how important our work is right now. And it's very easy for us to take for granted. I see your posts, it's cool, free vacation, I can't believe this, people doing crazy things, paying off debt, very exciting success stories that are happening. But at the end of the day, with over 400,000 coaches, the obesity rate climbing, lifestyle disease like diabetes, heart disease, and so on, climbing, our work has just begun. And what we continue to develop at Beachbody, and as we sort of formalize and continue to test new ways of training, I need to ask you guys, as the Success Club leaders, to change the mentality of our 400,000 plus coaches. What? His company did $1 billion last year, and he's telling us to change our mentality? That's effed up. I'm telling you right now, we have to change the mentality. Too much of what we do is negotiable. Wake up Monday morning and I'm thinking, I've got this cool thing, it's sort of a part-time job. I might do one of those vital behaviors this week. It can't be negotiable. Vital behavior, you got to invite. If you're going to be in this to help people, you got to invite every day. You have to have a challenge group. There is no way that all of your team, even if you take the discount customers out of the equation, I want to see how long I can hold it. Because this boat's going, baby. Is this the tree? There's no way all of your people know about the Challenge Tracker app. There's no way all of your people are holding challenge groups every month. There's no way. because we would see a much different behavior, both in challenge pack sales, but also in activity to the Beachbody Challenge, in activity to in Success Club, in activity on Facebook and groups, and now that we have the Challenge Tracker app, we can see who's really engaged. We need to change this mentality to make it non-negotiable. I don't want coaches who just hang out here because it's a cool club to be in. I mean, it's neat. I love the size of the community. But where my head is right now, we have got to make it non-negotiable that people engage in what we're doing, they engage in the vital behaviors, even if they do it just a little bit. If people are going to be a part of this, it's got to be non-negotiable that they are the proof the product works. Doesn't mean they have to drink Shakeology every day. Some people have an adverse reaction. But they can watch their portions. They can use Beachbody On Demand. They can do a program 3, 4, 5 times a week. Now it's just 22 minutes. Like, everybody can do this. It needs to be non-negotiable. Now let's not make it forever. Let's make it non-negotiable. From this moment, right in here, all of us and everybody who's watching, on the other side of the deck, they probably have those big long drinks. What's he talking about?
That is a really long straw.
You know what's the worst about that? Is you're not paying any attention, you're just sucking out of that straw, and you're just watching, maybe sports on, maybe Carl's talking on stage, and I didn't know there was the last sip. You didn't get the last sip enjoyment. That's the worst. It's like a last cookie enjoyment. You eating your cookies, you've done them. Oh! I gotta get more cookies because I didn't have the last cookie enjoyment. We gotta make it non-negotiable right now. And that's, like I said, not forever. Let's make it non-negotiable that we and our teams are going to use the Challenge Tracker app. We're going to start challenge groups between now and May 29th, going into Memorial Day weekend. Let's just make it non-negotiable. We're going into the summer. There's no downside to this. Even if they just do Pyo or yoga or whatever, make it non-negotiable. Hi, Sherry. Good to see you. That's a powerful woman right there, by the way. Incredible coach. We got to make this non-negotiable for people. If they want to change their lives, we want to help them achieve their goals to lead healthy, fulfilling lives. We're calling it Summer Strong. I put up a little video this morning on Facebook that we're launching this thing, Summer Strong. I don't know if you remember, I did a little thing on my whiteboard where I asked, what should we call this thing? I thought Summer Shape Up or Summer Slim Down would be good. You all seem to like Summer Strong. So that's what we called it. By the way, funny story. Jake, who helps me with social media, came into my office and he's like, and Jake is super cool, he's like a former model. In fact, there's a Halloween costume. What Halloween costume is he the face for? I don't know. He's like the Dumb and Dumber guy, isn't he? Okay? Like, you can go in, somebody was shopping and was like, that's Jake. He's the dumb guy. But he's this really cool guy. Anyway, he comes to my office and he's like, you know, nobody likes to tell me that my ideas are really stupid. So he comes in and he's like, you know, we were thinking about maybe instead of calling, you know, people are into health and they're into strong and they're into the upside and not everything being about weight loss and, you know, shape up. And so we kind of like Summer Strong. And I'm like, that is stupid. That's a terrible idea, Jake. And I called my assistant in, Philippa came in, and I said, Philippa, which would you want more? Summer Slim Down, Summer Shape Up, or Summer Strong? And she's like, for sure, Summer Slim Down. She's British. Or at least that day she was. And I'm like, see, Jake, come on. He goes, well, all right, we can call it that if you want, or maybe you can do a Facebook thing and get your people involved and see what they pick. And it was like, hands down, Summer Strong. So that's what it's called. It kicks off on April 4th. You can submit your before pictures between April 1st and April 30th, and then your after photos between, I think, May, let's just say sometime end of May. It's all the information's on the website on my Facebook page, but through June 7th. Again, similar to the year-end resolution promotion that we did, we are giving away $30,000, $5,000 to the top male and female most inspirational stories. Strong, stronger every day, right? This is how we get stronger every day. We're going to make it non-negotiable. We got a Summer Strong t-shirt. The first 2,000 people that send in their before and afters are going to get a sampler pack of Beachbody Performance. If you're in Canada, you get Shakeology sampler pack, so you're involved. So the point is, we're going to make this non-negotiable. Let's just make it non-negotiable. This is what we do. This isn't pretend. This isn't one of those other MLMs that are like, yeah, you don't really have to drink the shake, just sell the stuff. No, we're going to be a part of this. We are health, we are fitness, we are peer support, we are rewards. We got to do this all the way in. Beachbody has some of the most exciting things happening over the course of the next 4 months in the history of the business, and I'll get to them in a second. But our deal has to be, this is non-negotiable. Success Club, if you're serious about this, has to be non-negotiable. You can't make it to the end of March and not be in Success Club. You got to help your team. You got to know which people on your team are this far from Success Club. Who's having a hard time getting traction? Who doesn't understand how to open a conversation to get to somebody's goals? Help people achieve their goals to lead healthy, fulfilling lives. Step one is find out what somebody's goals are. What's your goal? How do you feel? You start conversations, you help get people engaged in their own goals. Think about how exciting that is, about how many people are sleepwalking through life. You know, you're gonna get back off this ship in Fort Lauderdale, whatever, you're just gonna see people sleepwalking through life. I was in the Bahamas for a few days with the family before we all met up, and you just watch people on this island sleepwalking, and I'm like, oh my God, there's so much potential if they would just go, wait, I had a goal. One time when I was a kid, I wanted to be an astronaut, or I wanted to do this or that. Where's your creativity? You're the ones, we are the ones that are going to awaken that in them. Help people achieve their goals. Step one is help them find their goal again. Needs to be non-negotiable. Invite, invite, invite. Be the proof the product works. Do the personal development. Read a little bit every day. If you're on the ship, you're like, ooh, I didn't bring a personal development book. Why waste? You got this beautiful ocean around you. Download something if you can get Wi-Fi. Download something to listen to. Just make sure 20 minutes a day while you're on this ship that's going to re-engage you so you get off this boat and you're going to be like, I'm making this non-negotiable that I am in Success Club. When you get out of here, when you turn off this TV, you talk to your team. Real quick post. It is going to be non-negotiable in March that you are in Success Club. Tell your teams that. Non-negotiable that they start a challenge group. Non-negotiable that they use the Challenge Tracker app. And they're like, well, I don't know anything about the Challenge Tracker app. Hello, find out about it. Non-negotiable. The tools are all right there. All right, now I'm done yelling at you. But look, it's vital behaviors. We got them. You recognize them for doing it. When you start seeing your team use the Challenge Tracker app, you see people, they're taking their Shakeology. Like, this is how you track what they're doing. You can track if they do their workout. Okay? Got my people here cheating. Helping me. We're going to watch what people are doing, and then you recognize them. Recognize them on Facebook. When they get involved in Summer Strong, you recognize when they submit their befores. Oh, she's eligible for the t-shirt. He's eligible for the Beachbody Performance. They're one of the first 2,000 to submit. You'd be when we did the year-end resolution, the marketing team was scared. I think I said, I forget what it was, but they were afraid. They were like, there are so many people in the December Fix group and doing the year-end resolution. They were like, we're going to give away tens of thousands of sampler packs. I said, no, we're not. I'm like, what? I'm like, because people are lazy. People think, I'll never get it. I won't win. They could get a free t-shirt. I think we ended up sending out maybe 3,500 t-shirts. 3,500 t-shirts of the 75,000 or so people that engaged in the year-end resolution. I want you people to have your t-shirts. You should all be wearing your t-shirts right now. Non-negotiable that you get the t-shirt for the summer shape up. bankrupt the company in the t-shirt department, would you please? Come on, seriously, giving stuff away. Take it from us, please. But I'm not gonna give you one of these big things with a long straw. You gotta buy that yourself. All right, so that's Summer Strong. April 4th, we kick it off. The programs involved in that, and again, there's a page you can find on my Facebook, but the programs involved in that are, let me make sure I'm in my frame for your laptop. Okay. Size, you can, so the things that we're building this around, size, 22-minute hardcore, Tony's gonna be running a group, I'm gonna be doing that for 8 weeks, Masters Hammer and Chisel, 21-day fix, 21-day fix extreme, and I wasn't gonna announce this before today, but I'm gonna announce it now because I'm kind of excited about it. You remember Brazil Butt Lift, right? Now Brazil Butt Lift is one of the programs available on Beachbody On Demand as part of the base catalog. So you don't have to unlock that, or you don't have to have bought it to be able to use it on Beachbody On Demand. Well, we just got done shooting 4 new 30-minute workouts, mostly cardio, that he had originally called Sweat Like a Pig. I'm not kidding. And he's like, I'm like, wow, that's kind of harsh. He's like, we'll just abbreviate it. Slap. Alien, bro. So we thought better of that, and it's Brazil Butt Lift Carnival, and so we're adding these 4 workouts into the program with Brazil Butt Lift. That'll be launched. They're starting to talk about it March 18th. I gave away the secret today. I think in mid-April or so that comes out, or maybe it's right around about mid-April. So you can do like 30 days of it as part of Summer Strong. So that's really exciting. We're also adding new workouts to size on Beachbody On Demand. So if you want to keep going with that. So there's a lot of stuff we get involved in, and what we care about is that you are going to make it non-negotiable that you and the people around you do something. We're going into summer, it's gonna feel good, but here's the thing, it is so hard to start over. I have had a terrible 45 days. I was doing the Masters Challenge, and then I had a coffee table incident with my son and the dog, and it's just like I would go to get started, and then that didn't work, and then I traveled for a week, and I've just been a wreck. And it is from today on, actually started yesterday, non-negotiable that I'm working out through May 29th. Me too, non-negotiable. So let's do this together, shall we? All right. So, Brandon, give me, what is my first slide? If I've got this right, it should be that. Okay. So that's a part of Summer Strong, and let me tell you how exciting it is for you to continue to bring people along with the challenge pack. Now, of course, let me see the next slide, just so we can refresh everybody about what this is about. So you've got the PT sandbag that we offer in that? I think we sell, is it normally 20 bucks? 20, what? 25? 35? 40? Do I hear 50? Anyway, it's a lot of money. And we don't even sell the sand with it. So you gotta get your own sand. Bring your sand to this beach. But you get it free with the challenge pack, and I think free shipping during the launch of this, right? Free shipping. Not the challenge pack? $2 shipping. Oh, that's a good deal. All right. So that's only during March, and that's, literally only during March, 22 minutes, 8 weeks. Get people involved in this. $5 for every sale of the base kit goes to the Mission Continues, and I think it's an incredible opportunity for us to both reach out to military, active military, and vets, U.S. military. Now look, can I address one thing? Because we do have an incredible group of Canadian coaches, and it's like, why don't you expand this to Canada, the military thing? we looked at it and it's like, oh my God, we're going to go to the UK and then all their military. And it's like, it's just going to never end. So look, we did this as a special promotion at one point to provide free signups and free back office service fees. So it is a US military-based promotion. I just want to address that we didn't think about it. It's just like, we're going to go country, it's just going to get too much because we can't track everybody's active military status. There's secrecy or confidentiality involved. We just didn't want to get involved in it. There's only so much you can do. But it is an opportunity for active servicemen and or their spouses to get involved without back office service fees, back office service fee, business service fees. I knew there was a B word in there. Then the vets can do it. I was wrong. I did a post that said the wives of vets after they retire can do it, but that actually is not the case. But the point is, this is something that is doing a lot of good because the whole idea for 22-Minute Hardcore happened one morning when I was going down to my basement, and it's like a cave down there. It's 5 a.m. and I'm like, and I think I was gonna do Insanity. That was 60 minutes, and I was like, it's so dark and cold down here. I don't want to do it. Why don't I keep cookies in this basement? And I went down and I started thinking, I was like, if somebody would just yell at me right now, I would do the workout. If they said, look, this is only going to be 20 minutes. If you would just yell at me. And that made me think of Tony Horton. And I said, he travels around to all these bases. He's very familiar with the military. He's wanted to do a military-themed program. And I'm like, if I just had a drill sergeant, so instead of like P90X and Tony's other programs where he does the workouts, this time he just walks around and just gets you to do it. He just pushes you so that 20 minutes is the most intense possible. And that's what 22-Minute Hardcore is. And I'm looking forward to starting it on April 4th or before. But it's a great way these guys are used to morning PT. We've got military guys around the office who love it. And if you finish the program, you get the cool challenge coin. How about that? That's cool, right? So you get people involved, you put them in the Challenge Tracker app, and you get them started with this thing. And it helps guys who are military and women, they feel like, I'm used to that. That is my fitness. It's basic, it's nothing fancy, it's nothing too complicated. And $5 for every unit that we sell goes to the Mission Continues to help transition vets out of active duty. So far, we have sold, we have generated $287,000 for the Mission Continues, which means we have helped 28 vets transition into civilian duty. That's pretty cool. Okay. Thanks, Brandon. You're staying up. Okay, give me the next slide. Okay, here's some news. Okay. I got my t-shirt on, Beachbody Performance, you love it, right? Okay, this is the real deal. This is the good stuff. And we'll get into more of that later with, when we bring some of the trainers. I want to talk about their experience with it and talk about what it means to help people and set them up for success using Beachbody Performance or why it's important. But you've asked for it, you want it, so coming this spring, at some point, we're giving it to you. Brandon, give me that slide. Finally, you're getting your orange flavor back. So, that was a little tepid. People like their results in recovery, but when we evolve past something, we don't just serve the flavor palette, we want the results to be there. And if we know we can do better than P90X results in recovery, we're moving it to the next level. That's what Beachbody Performance Recover means. So now it's not going to only be in chocolate, it will be in orange. It launches in the US on the 11th of May. Canada, we have started the process of getting that approved in Canada. It takes a while to get the various departments to approve it, so we're working on, obviously Cafe Latte, working on that. No updates on that, but everything is in process. We got a strong team working on that, so that hopefully in 2017. And that flavor will be in the Beachbody Sampler Kit as of the launch date. Okay, what do I got next, Brandon? Oh, this is an exciting one. This one is super exciting. So, the future of this business, I was I do some of my best thinking in the shower and after the shower. I don't know, something about heated up my head or something. But I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about networks, right? Cable networks, like their goals. A decent-sized cable network is about between 60 and 75 million TV households. And there is a little bit over 100 million TV households in the US. And I'm like, we should be in 100 million households. But my first goal is 10 million households. When we launched the network, John and I were talking about, hey, what do we do with the business now? We're on TV, we're generating over, at that time, $50 million a year in TV exposure. Last year we had $165 million of TV exposure. Now, what happens with all that demand that gets created with people who haven't bought on TV? One of the things that you can do, one of the things that we had the option to do back in 2005 was to then move the product through Walmart, Target, and the big box stores. And that basically is, let's cater to 5 or 6 big accounts, blow out big numbers, new product, blow out big numbers, and that's a sort of a cycle that the infomercial business and direct marketing will do. We didn't feel that was a good application for what we do because we thought having you there to make it non-negotiable that people would get into challenge groups and use the program, not just buy the program, because we've had really good success selling it, right? But getting them to use it, that's hard. So we decided to start this network, and because the thinking was, rather than trying to compete with the gyms and the big box stores by having the biggest concentration of activity, a gym, the biggest gym, we'll start a Beachbody gym in this city and a Beachbody gym in that city. We're gonna start gyms, millions of gyms in the most convenient location possible, right downstairs. So if it's in your basement, if it's in your living room, if it's in the garage, whatever's gonna work, we're gonna get our titles out there into as many houses as possible. And that's what Beachbody On Demand represents. But we are constantly evolving in ways that the competition, even the Netflix of the world, aren't doing. So let's take a look at what we have coming on Beachbody On Demand. This is what we call the iOS app, and we're expecting to hear from Apple any day that you will be able to, check this out, you're going to be able to, trigger an app, Beachbody On Demand, touch your phone, and you'll get this, you'll be able to start the 30-day trial. Give me the next slide, Brandon. Browse that way. You'll still have the normal screen layout to choose the programs, including your purchase programs. Next slide. You will have the member library, you still have access to that. And of course, anybody who's used to this, you can either do it on your phone or your iPad, or you can AirPlay it right to your TV if you have Apple TV. Next slide. You get the program details, but let me show you something really exciting. See that? Yeah. Get ready. Nobody has this. Next slide. When they launch this, you're gonna, oh, there's one other thing I'm supposed to say. So, you wanna control, one thing that we did is, I hated these little, what are you doing? Go back. So it's so hard, like if this is how big your phone was, it'd be easy to fast forward or go back. Be like, I couldn't figure out that Pilates move with that band on him. I almost strangled myself with that band on him. But you're all sweaty and you can't go back and the band is smashing your face. So we actually call it sweaty pause, where you can actually touch the screen on the right side to fast forward, on the left side to rewind a little bit, and it's going to be super easy to navigate. But here's the big news. Next slide. I think this is the big news. You are now going to be able to download 7 workouts at a time to your phone, so you don't have to have Wi-Fi access to do that. Ain't nobody else got that. Daily Burn don't got that. So you can decide which, depending on how much room you have on your phone, you can decide small, medium, or large. If you want to have the full high definition, and then of course it'll show you on this screen how many you've downloaded, how many you have remaining, and then, so when you're done one, you just load the next one, you move on. You can like constantly be doing this, so you'd be on this cruise right now, you'd have all 7 or whatever number of programs that you could do right now, and you have it with you. You wouldn't rely on the Wi-Fi here to be able to stream. This is a huge breakthrough. We submitted the specifications to Apple, and obviously we told them to rush it, but they weren't listening to us. So we expect to hear any day that this is going to go live, and then you'll be able to download that from the iTunes App Store. Okay, next slide. Oh, see, I knew you were going to ask me that. Here's the thing about Android, because I asked the guys yesterday, they're going to ask me about Android, what do I tell them? Here's the thing. We do it on Apple first. Apple TV, iPad, iPhone. We do it on that first because it's a consistent platform across this one this one group of equipment. Okay, Android is multiple. There's multiple manufacturers and different sizes and different specifications for each one. So we basically figure out what's important to you, what's important to the user on this consistent, contiguous platform, and then we start development for Android. So it's on our radar, it's important to us. We're not just shills for Apple, but this is the most efficient way for us to develop this technology. Remember, we're kind of a little company when it comes to this kind of big tech stuff, so we got to figure it out in pieces and understand what's important, and then we'll go to the next level. I don't have any dates for you because we're just launching this, but it is something that we eventually want to do, okay? Does that suffice? Is that sufficient? I said it, Android. Okay, so what we've done recently, we've done the Apple TV app. I love it. Digital unlocks, as you know, from time to time. Right now we have, I think, T25, Body Beast. What? Sizes? Oh yeah, and then size. Those 3, I think you can buy them for some discount, and you can just unlock it. And now that you can download it, now it's kind of a useful thing. Okay, so that's what we have done. Recently, and the iOS app is coming. Here are some things. Oh, God, you guys, this is so exciting. Now, how are we going to know what the next international market is that we should develop to? Like, where do we know? Because it's English-speaking content. So similar to how we started the business with infomercials, and we had a good sense that we could make a market in infomercials here in the US and Canada, we had a built-in marketplace. We will begin testing what I call making it rain, Beachbody on demand in 140 countries, and based on that demand is how we're going to start to see. Now look, there's 2 sides of the business. I want to be super clear. There's the Team Beachbody side where we have the compensation, genealogy, and then there's the Beachbody side where we do the infomercials and stuff. This represents the Beachbody side. I can't do this over here in the Team Beachbody side, but this is how we're going to understand where international development goes, okay? So this is kind of our petri dish of international. We're not doing any language change. We're just basically putting it out there so that, because one of the things that we found was in, I think it was Indonesia. So I have the tweet deck on my computer, right? And I'm seeing like overnight, Indonesia is like a T25 country. It's like crazy. Like I don't even understand the language and the symbols, but it's like T25, Sean T, da 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 da. And they were just pirating it. So now they're gonna have a way to buy it, and we'll see, is there an opportunity there, right? So, and they'll be able to do it in their own currency. We also have site redesign coming. You'll see better navigation, integration with a new diet service or food planning that involves the container system. You'll be able to track your own personal data. Gamification, meaning you'll start to see rewards and other recognition for when you do a workout. You do a number of workouts in a row as you keep track, as you try to achieve your goals with weight loss and nutrition. All that, we want the system to be able to help you recognize the people who you bring into Beachbody on Demand. And one of the things I'm the most excited about, like probably, there's 3 things I'm super duper excited about today. This is one of the biggest. That I would say it's probably going to take us 3 months to get it going, but we made a decision last week. Remember the Fixate cookbook? Okay, so we were starting to work on another cookbook. We're like, oh, that'll be good, another cookbook. We started to do the work and started to look at the numbers from the last cookbook, sold a bunch of them, and we were going back and forth on this one recipe, and it was really complicated, and it was the kind of thing I was like, kind of similar to the aha moment about starting Beachbody. That was, you know, people, they can buy a magazine and they can see people doing, you know, everybody's like, the girl. Every magazine, firm butt, this is the move. So you gotta figure what that is from a magazine. Not so good on a printed page. Well, if you're trying to understand how to do some sort of calamari fancy recipe and how to get flour to stick to it or whatever, you want to see somebody actually cook it. So rather than articulate that into another book, we're going to start with Autumn Calabrese and her brother, who's a chef, and we're going to start to do portion fix cooking demos on Beachbody On Demand. Are you kidding me? This is huge. This is huge. Now here's why. First off, it provides a rationale or a value for Beachbody On Demand that transcends doing the workout every day. We're also going to make it, by the way, I had to talk to the tech team, but we want to make it so that this can be one of the 7 things that you download. So you can take it to the kitchen and you can watch it right there, okay? Or you're going over to grandmother's house and you can bring the recipe for the calamari thing with you. And it's going to give you something like every week or every other week, something to promote to your teams and your prospects to get them into Beachbody On Demand. I'm telling you right now, the revenue opportunity in addition to Shakeology and Beachbody Performance is Beachbody On Demand. As you get people into that membership and as we keep providing new layers of value in there, like the cooking segments, that is going to be a huge part of how you create independence, financial independence, and wealth for yourself if you focus on this. So every week, rather than a new product to launch, because we can't put out new fitness programs every week and be like, oh my God, stop with the fitness programs, we get it. Like there's, you know, it's gonna be like, yeah, but now, like we're gonna have hundreds, eventually, hopefully, thousands of cooking segments. So anything you wanna know how to use these portion containers to make it, it's going to be demonstrated on Beachbody On Demand. This is a big opportunity, and it'll happen in the next 2 or 3 months. So that's exciting. Okay, next slide, Brandon. And okay, now our approach to product development is a very interesting one. Part of our job, we kind of have these 2 sides of product development. And one of them is to make sure that when you guys come here, or when you, because especially the people who do, like, you've gone through T25, or you've gone through a few 21-day fix and 21-day fix extreme, you're looking for the next challenging challenge, right? And then, you know, but there's these other niches that we can cater to, and there's more stuff that we need to learn from, and more people, more faces that you'd like to find to present that information. Some of you might have already heard about this, but I'll give you just a teeny tiny, not even satisfying peek into a project that we're launching. You'll be able to see the first hint of it really around Summit. But I want to give you a look at how we're about to pick. Now, you know that we've had, you know, incredible trainers in the 17 years that we've been a company. I think we've had close to 17 different what we call super trainers. Kathy Smith, of course, Tony and Debbie Siebers were our initial ones. We had the Yoga Booty Ballet girls, and it has expanded to include the trainers that you're working out with here on this ship. But you might be wondering, how are we going to pick the next one? And we've had a lot of demand for people to get visibility into that process, so now we're going to show you starting this summer. Brandon, would you tee up that clip for me and give everybody a look on how we're going to pick the next super trainer?
Beachbody is a $1 billion fitness company responsible for creating the most recognizable super trainers in the world. Developing game-changing body transformation programs with hand-picked super trainers has always been a very tenuous task. In fact, in Beachbody's entire history, there have only been a handful to make it into the winner's circle and become world famous, having precisely the right combinations of skills that push them to the top to revolutionize the direction of health and fitness. And now, it's time to find the next one. So for the first time ever, Beachbody is opening the door to a handful of trainers, all in their 20s, and invited them to move into the Beachbody Hot House, where they will compete in head-to-head challenges, while they each develop their own workouts to prove they have that special something to become Beachbody's next super trainer, and with a guaranteed contract with the opportunity to change people's lives and make millions of dollars. It won't be easy. In fact, it will be the challenge of a lifetime, because in the end, there will only be one. Welcome to the 20s, the search for the next Beachbody super trainer.
Okay, it's kind of a dream of mine to make a reality show. So literally, we start with 20-somethings, then we cut that down to 11, and they start to do challenges as we look for literally who is a person who's going to have the heart, the compassion, the creativity to work with our product development team to come up with a program that is going to bring us to another level, is going to attract it. What? The 40-something? Oh, that's the next episode. One thing at a time, ladies. And the 30s are gonna complain, and the 50s. No, it's just well, the point though is out of this exercise, we're gonna end up with like between 10 and 20-minute workouts that will go up on Beachbody On Demand. And that's how you will help us decide who the next trainer is gonna be. Because you'll have insight into what the workouts are, you'll be able to vote on it, we'll see who's using which workout gets the most play. And so we'll have these 20-minute workouts that'll be a new category inside Beachbody On Demand, but it'll also be fun. The way it's gonna work is, we'll air the episodes. I think we're gonna premiere the first episode actually maybe at Summit, if we can get it done in time. So the first episode will be maybe at Summit, but then every week thereafter till right around Leadership, when we will announce who the winner is, and based on the selection criteria. And we have some really cool talent that we're already starting to see. I think it's going to be a fun project and give you something fun to watch on Beachbody On Demand. A week or two after it airs on Beachbody On Demand, it will also air on the Pop Network. That's used to be called the TV Guide Network, but it's called Pop TV now. So that'll air. I think it's going to either air before or right after, like. Anyway, I don't know what time it's going to air, but it's going to be in like the sort of late prime time, and that'll help us, get the story out about Beachbody. So it's going to be an interesting little project, and it'll help us start with some new product development. But while that might help us create new programming that has the type of intensity and the type of challenge that many of you who are P90X and Insanity and T25 people, you're like, give me something that I can really sink my teeth into as a program. There's also a part of the business which is about reaching new people. And it's always been a challenge for us to find something that is accessible for more people. Like, it's always a challenge that we're looking at, and literally this has been a decade of thinking about and contemplating what can we do to reach more people. And as it has become non-negotiable for us to start our own challenge groups, it can't just be about the most challenging challenge groups. It's got to be, there has to be an aspect to what we do that says, I want to be able to introduce a concept to a friend or a neighbor who I know could never identify with insanity. They could never identify, even with P90 or T25. They need something, like even size. When we created size, we wanted that to be almost like the insanity of dance, right? We wanted it to be like so intense and mentally challenging, that you're trying to learn this, that you forget that you're exercising. But the dance moves, take it from a guy who spent a month learning one, are kind of challenging. So we're constantly looking at like what can we do that's going to help us access the other 100 million people, or I think it's, what is it? The obesity rate, I think it's 80 million people are obese in the country, close to 100 million people obese, 30 million maybe morbidly obese. What do we have for them? It's our job to reach everybody. And I'm proud to announce that I think we've got one that's going to help us do that. So, I'll be interested in your reaction. Brandon, would you show them what the very next release will be coming this summer?
Sometimes I get the spark of a new workout idea, and it takes a decade to come together. Like this one. Started when I saw folks drawn to a simpler type of fitness, like indoor walking. Simple, easy. We could reach a whole new group of people. Something there. And people want fun. That's the holy grail of fitness. Nobody's disputing that the salsa workouts caught on like a spark in the tall grass because it's fun and easy, and you're still burning up calories. For years, I'm watching these trends, and out of the corner of my eye, city folk are finally figuring that the best music to get your feet moving is country music. And that's when this idea made it to the whiteboard. I call it Fit Country. But the idea still needs to come. A couple of years back, my daughter Ava and I discovered a simple line dance called the Cupid Shuffle. It's fun and easy, and it spread through the company like a brush fire. And I realized how the simple repetition could get you sweating without having to bring it or dig deep. Right? It's like walking, but sideways. That's amazing.
Now watch me whip.
I had a reckless herd of themes looking for the right person to pull them all together. Then I saw a video of an event in Calgary where coaches invited trainer Autumn Calabrese on stage. Turns out she's a big fan of country music and a dancer. Well, I'll be. And that's when all them twinkling ideas came together. 10 years of tending the flame of a new concept so folks could have fun and burn a whole mess of calories. Why, we could even include the simplest way to manage portions so you can enjoy your favorite Beatles. And while this is as far as I can ride, it's not the end of the story. This is just the spark of what's becoming a wildfire. With Autumn and her team in charge, a pretty cool idea called Fit Country just got hotter. This is fun, easy fitness. Saddle up, partners, for country heat.
Program for everybody. If you like music and you like to move your body, you will love Country Heat. It doesn't matter if you can dance. It's not about tricky moves or having to get the steps just right. All you need to do is follow along with us and have fun. This is Country Heat. Country Heat is for anyone that likes music and to move. A lot of the songs are popular mainstream country songs that you've heard before, so you can sing along while you're dancing. I wanted the top hits, I wanted the best country artists, I wanted the music that people were gonna love, and it's so fun that you're going to want to get up and do it.
Down home girls and them sexy skin and jeans.
I love the dance moves. I love shaking my hips. I love the body rolls. You don't even need to know how to dance, which is awesome.
Moves are simple, they're easy, they're fun.
Next thing you know, you're covered in sweat. You burnt the calories for the day.
And speaking of burning calories, Country Heat comes with my portion control container system to make it simple to lose the weight while still eating the food you love. And if you think the containers are simple, so are the dance moves. Giddy up, right slap, left slap on the balls of your feet when you ride it back. Just get up and dance with me, and I promise you, Country Heat will change your body.
You can feel the change, yeah. Change while you're moving your feet. You can feel the change in the country heat.
Ladies and gentlemen, the trainer behind the release at Summit 2016,
Penguin tail for you.
Penguin tail. Get to know that. That's going to be a movie.
Love it.
All right. Well, congratulations. I know that this has been a long time coming. I think we did it, by the way. I think we actually kept a secret.
We did.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
We kind of kept a secret.
Amazing.
All right. Now you can tell everybody. So, I want to tell you a little bit of the backstory of this program because Autumn has so much to be proud of because as you saw in the little premiere of the idea, this, like, it was a line dance, and then it wasn't a line dance, and then it got hard, and then it got easy. Like, we went through almost 6 months, and it was actually 9 months of turmoil, but it started to come together in Nashville, actually. We got some real good insight. You guys went to a country line dance there. Now, I mean, how much fun is this going to be to release in Nashville? Seriously. All right. Tell us a little bit about the program. Describe what you put together.
Okay, well, really quick, let me back up to the story for a second about how long it took us and everything, because you guys have probably seen posts on social media of me being like, oh my god,